All right, welcome back to Mr. P.L.'s with Geometry. This is Unit 1, Topic 2, Part 2, and this is Lesson number 7. So once again, we are writing rules for a series of transformations like we did in the last video. Now, here we're going to try to pick a series of transformations, one on the left and one on the right, that's going to map A over here onto B. All right, so in this case, I do not want to pick anything with a dilation. If I reflect it over the y-axis, which looks like a promising idea, that's going to put that point here, and this point here. Now, what we have basically at this point looks exactly the same as B, but if we translate it 7 down, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to cross it out, 7 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's going to map it right onto B. So those are the two answers. We want to do reflect over the y-axis and then translate 7 down. Now, this one over here, now I know what you're thinking. The most obvious answer here is reflect over the y-axis, but we want to do it in 2 transformations, not 1. So I'm actually going to cross this off because that would map A onto B in just 1 transformation. Now, if I rotate 180 degrees, now what you should know is that when you rotate something 180 degrees, it's essentially the same thing as doing a reflect over the x and a reflect over the y. So if I reflect this over the x now, it's basically going to map it right onto B. So rotate 180 degrees, which is like reflect over x and y, and then you'll just have to reflect it back over x again, because basically the start and finish are both the same as reflect over y. All right, so I know we covered this in the last video, but if I want to turn this into this, what it looks like I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to reflect it over the y-axis first. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That will be here and here. And then this will be here. So that's going to end up looking like this. And now I want to slide this over to the right. So it looks like it's going to be a reflection over the y-axis and then slide it right 1, 2, 3, 4. Translate right 4 units. For this one, it looks like it's going to be a slide to get to the prime, and then it's going to be a reflect over the x-axis to get to here, and then a rotate clockwise 90 degrees to get on to map it onto here. So that's how you get ABC onto ABC prime 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 using those 3 transformations. Page 48, so we have this turns into this by doing a rotation 180. Then we've got an up and right translation, and then we've got a reflection over what looks to be the y-axis. Now I can count it out just to make sure that's the exact same distance, but you can see that the shape is facing opposite directions, and that's pretty much how that's going to work. So for these questions here, it says consider a reflection over the x-axis and translation to the right. So what we would end up doing basically in this is reflecting first, then sliding, and then this one we're doing the exact same sliding and then reflecting. And basically the premise of this page is so that you can see that when you do a reflect and a slide, reflect and a translate, it does not matter what order you do it in. You will end up in the exact same location right about here in both of these, because order does not matter when you're dealing with reflect and translate. Now, when you have a rotation involved, so this is reflect and then translate, so this won't matter either. You'll get the exact same answer for both of these questions when you saw them. But if you had rotation, I know there was an example of that, rotation does matter. So you can't translate and then rotate, or rotate and then do the same translate and have it be the exact same answer. The order will matter for rotations. All right, thanks again for watching. Have a wonderful